let's get started. Okay, so this is the lower body portion of our Yoga for Athletes series here. So we're gonna get right into it. Go ahead and just sit comfortably cross-legged, whatever that is for you. Maybe you're crisscross applesauce, maybe you're taking full lotus if you're a little bit more familiar with yoga. Otherwise, go ahead and just place your palms flat, close your eyes, seal your lips, separate your teeth. Hollow out the back of your throat. Begin that Ujjayi breath, that breath of victory. In through the nose and out through the nose. And I'll remind you in almost every video that our breath is so crucial to our recovery because lactic acid builds up due to lack of oxygen. So it's really important in our recovery process to send the breath all the way to the upper belly. Match the lengths of the inhales with the lengths of your exhales, stimulating that parasympathetic nervous system, our calming nervous system. And now just go ahead and open your eyes. We're going to make our way onto our backs, extending our legs and our arms all the way out, reaching through the fingertips, getting a nice stretch in here, maybe some rotation through the wrists, through the ankles. And then just for a couple seconds, let everything relax and be soft. Still hearing that breath. We're going to keep the breath throughout this whole practice. Go ahead and bend that right knee, place that right foot flat, and then hug that right knee in towards your chest, flexing that right foot. Really pull the knee in towards you, but kind of keep your tailbone rotated down just slightly. Keep pulling that knee in and in. Good, and now we're gonna take a couple of rotations with this right knee. So whatever direction you wanna go in for you, we're just kind of oiling up our hip joints, our groins. Maybe take it in the opposite direction here. Staying with that breath. And now just come back to the center. We're gonna extend that right leg straight up. Go ahead and hook your right big toe with your index and your middle finger. So you might have to bend your knee to do that, that's okay. Or if you'd prefer to straighten the leg, but maybe you wanna grab a hold of your ankle with your hand, that's okay too. We're gonna keep that left hand rested on our left thigh. Take a deep inhale in, exhale, just bring your forehead to your knee. Inhale, that head and shoulder comes back down. Exhale, we're going to bring the forehead to the knee. Inhale, our head and shoulders come back down. One more time, exhale, bring your forehead to your knee, hold here. Feel the stretch in the hamstring, the calf, the back of the knee, the Achilles. And exhale, just lower your head and shoulders back down. Release your foot, bend that right knee, place that right foot flat, extend that right leg all the way out. We're gonna hug our left knee in towards us. Really keep pulling that knee in. As we rotate the tailbone down, go ahead and flex both feet. Nice deep breaths. And then just begin to take a rotation with that left knee. Another thing that I'll remind you of in every video is how important it is to open up the areas of our body so that energy can move through these areas. Go ahead and take a clockwise rotation if you want to. Remembering that when energy doesn't move through our body, that's where dis-ease occurs. So go ahead and bring your knee back towards your chest. Then from here, just work on straightening that left leg out. You can grab a hold of this leg wherever you want. Maybe you can hook your big toes. Go ahead and place that right hand flat on your thigh. Gonna take a deep inhale in, exhale, bring your forehead to your knee. Inhale, head and shoulders come back down. Remember, you can bend this knee if you need to. Exhale, forehead towards your knee. Inhale, your head and shoulders come back down. Exhale, bring your forehead towards your knee. Hold here. Couple breaths. Inhale, head and shoulders back down. Go ahead and release that left foot. Bend your left knee. Extend that left leg all the way out in front of you. And now we're going to place both feet flat. Walk them about hip distance apart. Extend your arms out, shoulder level high. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, lower your knees to your left. Inhale, lift your knees back up. Exhale, lower your knees to your right. Inhale, lift your knees back up. Exhale, lower knees to the left. Inhale, lift your knees back up. Exhale, lower your knees to your right. Inhale, lift your knees back up. Go ahead and pull your knees in towards your chest, grab underneath of your knees, rock forward, come up, sit up. And then from here, just extend your legs all the way out in front of you. Roll up onto the two bones you sit on. Find that nice long spine, point your toes up towards the ceiling, press the backs of your knees down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Going as far as you can go for you. Go ahead and rest your hands down. You might be right here. You might be all the way down. Just as far as you can go for you. Nice deep breaths. Even imagine that the breath is being sent to the hamstrings, the backs of the knees, the calves. And just inhale, come back up. From here, now that our legs are kind of warmed up, go ahead and make your way onto your hands and knees. And then from your hands and knees, we're going to keep the big toes together, touching, walk the knees apart, send the hips back, child's pose. Nice deep breaths. Opening up the hips and knees. And now inhale, just come back up. We're going to tuck those toes under. Lift your hips up coming into this downward dog. Allow this downward dog to help stretch the back part of your legs, the whole posterior side of your legs from the glutes all the way to the Achilles tendon. And then let the head hang so that the spine contraction. Maybe you want to walk your feet out one at a time. And then from here, we're going to lower the knees back down, but we're going to keep the toes tucked under. So we're going to get a good stretch in that plantar fascia of our feet, sitting on our heels. Keep pulling the heels in towards each other. If this is too much for you, go ahead and come up off the heels. Just try to lower the hips down as much as you can. And you want to keep the heels pulled together. We have to stretch the plantar fascia of our feet. Arguably one of the most important things to stretch, as we have more muscles in our feet than we do in any other area of our body combined. And now from here, go ahead and just come up off of your heels, untuck your toes. Just take a minute here to kind of either sit on your heels, or you might want to kind of shake your feet out a little bit and sit back down onto your heels. And now put your full weight on those heels. Nice deep breaths. And then just go ahead and make your way back out into this tabletop position. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips, come into that downward dog. We're just gonna step that right foot between our hands. We're gonna rotate that back foot down, come into this warrior one posture here. So keep sinking the hips forward and down, lining that knee up with your ankle, rotating that left hip forward. Exhale, we're gonna open up warrior two, really open those hips up, gaze out over your right fingertips. Inhale, we're gonna straighten that front leg. Exhale, we're gonna reach that right hand down, extend that left arm straight up. Feel that stretch in the groins, the hips as we take our Trikonasana here. Trikonasana is not just good for the lower body, but it's a great lower body stretch. And now from here, we're just going to go ahead and lower that left hand down, lower your back knee down. Untuck your back toes, palms together touching. Inhale, sweep your arms up and back. Sink the hips forward and down. As you exhale, we're gonna lower the hands down, walk that right foot over to the left side of your mat. Super important here, we've gotta keep the ankle lined up with the knee. There's different variations of single pigeon, but this one, we are going to keep the ankle lined up with the knee, which means your knee might not drop very far. So be honest with yourself. As we lower that knee down, we're gonna work that left hip towards the center line. Keep rolling your ankle up off the mat by pressing through the ball mound of your big toes. And then if you can make your way all the way down, go ahead and fold all the way down. I'm gonna stay up for the purposes of this video. Always coming back to the breath. We're opening the hips now, so send the breath to the hips. And now just open the eyes. We're gonna kind of lift that right hip up and you're gonna pull that right foot back towards your left hip. This is our cheating pigeon now. So we've opened up the hip in single pigeon. You can kind of take a cheating pigeon now, continuing to rotate that left hip down towards your center line. The heel stays right in front of that left hip, and then feel free if you'd like to go ahead and fold out over that front leg. Nice deep breaths. Go ahead and walk your hands back up. Now, go ahead and stay in this posture for a few moments here. If you don't feel like going any further, you're still gonna get great benefit. Otherwise, work to lift that left heel towards the glute. Grab a hold of the inside arch of your left foot. Pull that heel in towards you. For my yogis out there, you know there's another variation to this posture. We're just gonna keep it right here. Maybe you can work that elbow in, or that foot into your elbow. Feel the stretch in the glutes here. And now we're just gonna release that left leg down, place your hands flat, tuck your back toes under, lift your hips, step back, downward facing dog. Whatever we do to the right side, we do to the left. So inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, left foot between your hands. We're gonna take a warrior one here. So inhale into that warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Reach out over the left fingertips, open up the hips. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, reach out and down, Trikonasana, as we extend that right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Breathe. And now just take another deep inhale in. Exhale, lower that right hand down, lower your back knee down. Bring your palms together, touching. Inhale, sweep your arms up and back. Sink hips forward and down. Exhale, lower your hands down. Walk that front foot to the left side of your mat. Again, we're squaring off the ankle and the knee, so don't let that ankle pull behind the knee. Just let that knee drop down. Keep sending your right hip forward. Again, like I said earlier too, you guys can fold all the way down if you want. You can stay right here. Wherever you are, work to bring that right hip down towards the center line. So if you're all the way down, or maybe your arms are extended all the way out in front of you, or if you're all the way up and the knees lifted, we still work the right hip towards the center line. Nice deep breaths. Good, now just begin to very gently roll down onto that left hip. We're gonna pull the left heel towards the right hip, roll back up to the place where our hips are squared off. Taking our cheating pigeon, go ahead and walk your hands out in front of you if you can. I cannot stress enough that you just have to be in whatever variation of these postures works for you. So maybe it was just enough for you to get that right heel or that left heel pulled in. I'm gonna stay up with you. You might be folded. If you're folded all the way down, go ahead and lift that back leg up. Pull that heel in towards your right glute. Grab a hold of the inside of that right foot and pull that right foot in towards your right glute. Maybe you can bring your foot in towards your elbow. Breathe. nice stretch in that quad. Feels so good. And now just release that leg, lower that leg down, place your hands flat, lift your hips up, step back, downward facing dog. And take another deep inhale in. As you exhale, we're just gonna walk our feet behind our hands, lower the hips down, come into Malasana. It's kind of another staple posture that you'll do often in my yoga videos. You'll see this posture very often, such a great hip opener. Use your elbows to press your knees wide. Bring hands to the heart center. Now place your hands flat. We're just gonna lift our hips up. Gonna walk the knees out one at a time. Inhale, lift halfway up, fingertips on the earth. Place your hands on your waist. Pull your elbows in. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, just release here. So we're gonna go ahead and just step to the long side of our mat. We're gonna point our toes towards the long side, rotate our arms out away from us. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Let the head hang, belly relax. Shift your weight forward. Act like you're gonna lift your heels up off your mat. That'll give you an indication of where the hips need to be. Inhale, look forward, keep the fingertips on the earth. As you exhale, we're gonna turn right toes out. We're gonna shift our weight to the right side as we turn our left toes up towards the ceiling. Nice deep breaths. We won't be here for long. Just don't sit down, but go as low as you can go. And now inhale, lift those hips back up, turn your right toes forward. This time left toes turn out, shift your weight to your left side, turn your right toes up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Inhale, lift your hips back up. Turn your toes back forward, fingertips on the earth. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bring your hands to your waist. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, release your hands. We're just gonna sweep those arms up and in one step, step to the top of your mat, hands in that namaste. So we'll take a sun salutation here, release your hands. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your heart. As you exhale, we're gonna step back plank. We're gonna shift the heart forward, lower chaturanga, no lower than the elbows. Flip the toes, upward dog. Really keep the knees up off the earth as you lift the chin. Feel the stretch in those hip flexor muscles. Exhale, lower knees down. Send your hips back, child's pose. Breathe. Come back to this oh so important breath. And now just make your way onto your hands and knees. I'm gonna do a mic check here, make sure we're okay. And then from here, I want you to bring your knees together. We're gonna cross right knee behind left. Pull your heels apart, coming into Gomukhasana. Now, you guys might not be able to sit all the way back. That's okay. Just go ahead and send your hips back between your feet and your heels as far as you can go. Again, you might be here. If you have a block or something that you can put underneath of you, if it's hard for you to sit all the way back, go ahead. If you're all the way down, place your hands on your feet, close your eyes. Feel this stretch in the hips. Good, and now just go ahead and open your eyes, make your way back onto your hands and knees. We're just gonna unwind gently and switch, crossing left knee behind right. Pull your heels apart, send your hips back, come into child's pose, or come into your Gomukhasana, sorry. Talk about a monkey mind. If you're all the way down, go ahead and grab a hold of your feet, and if you're not, just find your comfortable seat. Wherever you are, come back to the breath. And now from here, just begin to open your eyes. Come back out onto your hands and knees. And then from here, it's going to make our way all the way back down again. Coming all the way down, laying down, keeping your feet flat. And this time, with your feet flat, keep the soles of your feet together touching. Go ahead and just butterfly your knees open. Feel that nice groin opening posture as you place your left hand on your heart, your right hand just above your belly button. And I want you to feel that breath coming all the way to the upper belly. Good. Go ahead and just lift your knees back up. Walk your feet about hip distance apart. We're going to place our hands down by our sides. We're going to cross our right ankle over our left knee. Go ahead and thread the needle. So grab a hold of your left thigh. Use your right elbow to press your right knee away as you pull that left knee in towards you. Hear your breath. So go ahead and release that left thigh, place that left foot flat. We're going to keep our right ankle crossed over our left knee, just place palms flat. Inhale, we're going to lift your hips up. So as the hips lift, let the right knee drop down, but try to keep the hips in line. So you might need to put a little extra effort in keeping that right hip lifted. Now lower the hips back down. Just unwind that right ankle. Go ahead and place your left ankle on top of your right knee. Gonna thread our hands through, grab a hold of our right thigh, using your left elbow to press that left knee away as you pull your right knee in towards you. Stay with your breath. Good, and just lower that right foot back down. Keep that left ankle crossed. Place your hands flat. We're gonna inhale, lift your hips up, let that left knee drop. Nice deep breaths. And take another deep inhale in. Exhale, lower your hips down. Just unwind that left ankle, hug your knees in towards your chest. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, bring your forehead towards your knees. Inhale, head and shoulders come back down. Exhale, forehead towards your knees. Inhale, head and shoulders come back down. As you exhale, just release your knees. Place your hands flat, place your feet flat, and then just extend your legs all the way out in front of you. Press down through your palms, find length in your spine. Rotate your palms up towards the ceiling. Bring your big toes together, touching, and pull the heels as far apart away as they'll go for you. Letting your feet hang open to the side. We'll never ever go without our Shavasana, our rest posture at the end. We've probably already worked out. We've gone through an entire practice of opening up our body, and we've stayed with the breath. And now we just get to let all of that work kind of work itself as we let go of everything, including the breath. And just lay here for a few moments, trusting me, trusting the camera, trusting yourself to take this time for you. There's nowhere to be, no place to go. Just a few moments of lying here. I will take you out of it. And now from here, just extend your arms over your head. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale all the air out. Keep your arms extended over your head. Bend your knees. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And then from here, just roll onto either your right or left arm. Doesn't matter which. Just bringing the other arm all the way around in front of you. And then using that bottom hand to help you up, coming up into a comfortable seated position. Taking these last few moments to engage in a conscious breath. Palms facing up or down on your knees. And as always, thank you so much for joining me in this practice. And namaste.